I'm a hustler, man. I'm always get it off the muscle, man. Tryna make them hundreds bust the rubber bands. Rain, sleet, hell or snow, I'm tryna get it in. Woo! I go door to door, stacking up them dollars like dominoes. I go door to door.
Hustlers. What's cracking? It's your boy Deshaun. Welcome back to another episode of Roof Hustlers, baby. We tackle all your daily door-to-door objections, rejections, and we teach you guys how to make connections, man. Because if you ain't creating genuine customer connections, building better customer relationships, and providing premier customer service, then you know, like I know, guys, you ain't making a difference in your wallet or the community, baby. And that's what we do over here at Roof Hustlers, man. Help you guys go from average to good, from good to great. Always keeping food on your plate, baby. Because if you do what I do, you know it's a jungle out here. So this week on Roof Hustlers, what I want to cover with you guys is some tips on having an effective pitch or script at the door, right? Because I knock with companies all around the country, and I just notice how a lot of guys don't have a lot of structure in their script, or sometimes some guys use their finishing moves as soon as they come to the door. What do I mean by that? Like, some people tell we get the insurance company to pay for it, and the homeowner don't react the way you want them to on the front end. So sometimes sales guys are playing catch up, or they trying to talk people into, why they should move forward with what we do. So what I want to do for you guys today, give you some effective tips on having an effective script or pitch at the door. All right. So before I jump into those three things, I want to let you know, right? A couple of little small incy-wincy things you can add to it, right? First thing first, guys, you want to have good eye contact, right? Good eye contact. That's super important. You don't want to be looking around when you're pitching people. Second thing, you want to focus more on creating common ground versus trying to build rapport with people at the door. I'm going to do an episode on the difference between common ground and rapport, but the most you can do at the front door with a homeowner is really just build common ground, right? And then you want to have a nice icebreaker. Kenny Brooks is the king of icebreakers, right? But I tell you, icebreaker they as simple as dad jokes. Dad jokes are the best icebreakers. One of my infamous icebreakers at the door is people say, "Hey, how you doing today?" I say, you know what? Before I say anything, thank you for asking how I'm doing. Most people ask what I want, and that usually makes people smile, they laugh, and it drops their guard and allow my pitch to be way more effective, right? So I just want to cover that before I jump into these three tips. The first tip to having an effective pitch or script at the door, guys, first thing you want to do is build curiosity. You need some type of curiosity to create with your homeowner at the door. One of the things I love to do when I'm going to the door, that's right, I'm going to give you some tangible, practical gems today, right? So the thing I like to do when I first go to the front door, I like to say, "Hey, how you doing? My name is Deshaun. Just stopping by to see if you guys heard about what's been going on in your area." Right? That off rip, if you live in a subdivision or any type of close-knit community, your natural response is going to be, "Nah, what's going on in my area?" Or you say, "Hey, I'm just stopping to see if you heard about what's been happening with your neighbors in the area." And most people's natural response is going to be, "Hey, nah, what's going on with my neighbors in the area," right? So you're creating curiosity, and you're getting your homeowners engaged on the front end. Because I've learned most sales guys go to the door and they say 50 words before their homeowners say one word. So that's the first tip I got for you guys. Create some type of curiosity to get your homeowner talking and get them engaged, right? So like I said, when you go to that door, what I like to say, "Hey, how you doing? We're just stopping by to see if you heard about what's been going on in the area." Or, "Hey, how you doing? We're just stopping and letting everybody know what's going on in the area." And people's natural response is going to say, "Oh, well, what's going on?" Or, "What you talking about?" Right? And we getting them engaged, and we done pique their curiosity on the front end. So that's the first tip. Create some type of curiosity on the front end. The second tip I got for you guys to have an effective pitch or script at the door is you need to have anchors somewhere within your pitch, right? So my definition of an anchor is to get people focused on one thing to create an illusion of what's really going on. Right? So what do I mean by that? When I go to the door, I like to tell people, "I'll be brief." That's my first anchor. "Hey, how you doing? I'll be brief." And when I say I'll be brief, it usually allows me to get people to think it's going to be quick and easy or quick and fast, but it can take anywhere between 15, 20 to 30 minutes, right? Because most people go to the door and say, "I don't mean to bother you," or "Can I get a minute of your time?" or "This won't take long." So I like to say, "Hey, how you doing? We're just in the neighborhood letting everybody know what's going on. I'll be brief." And then boom, it allows me to say whatever I need to say, how long it may take. But since I anchored them to "I'll be brief," they stand at the door majority of the whole time, right? So that's the first one, "I'll be brief." The second anchor I love to use is 15-minute inspection. Inspection only take about 10 to 15 minutes. I anchored them to that 10 to 15 minute time and they're like, oh yeah, no big deal. Go ahead and do your thing. Even though the inspection may take 20, 25 minutes, right? A good quality inspection will take about 30 minutes. But since I anchored them to, it only take 15 minutes, that's what their focus is on. It's only gonna be a 15-minute inspection, but it can take longer, right? So that's the first anchor, I'll be brief. The second anchor is 15-minute inspection. The third anchor I like to use is, have you had somebody out here to check out the roof lately, right? Lately is another anchor word. It puts their focus on, I ain't had nobody out here lately. Versus going to the door and say, have you had somebody out here to check out the roof? Most people natural reply will be yes. Why? Because they probably had somebody out there to check out the roof, but how long ago? 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, when they first moved in, right? So you want to be very specific with the way you ask that question and anchor them to lately. Have you had somebody out here to check out the roof lately? And I'm telling you, it's such a game changer because most people reply back to that is, no, I haven't had anybody out here lately, right? The last and final anchor that I like to use, the fourth anchor that I like to tie homeowners down to is, hey, I did find enough damage to where I feel pretty confident I can help you get the ball rolling. What we need to do today only takes about 20 minutes, right? I anchor them down to a 20-minute time frame that's all it's going to take for us to get the claim filed. And anybody who's been doing this for a while, you know, filing claims can take anywhere between 30, 35 minutes, sometimes 45 minutes. But if I go to somebody's house and say, hey, what we need to do today only take about 45 minutes, most people don't got 45 minutes to spare. So what I highly encourage you to do, anchor them to 20 minutes. What we need to do today to get the ball rolling only takes about 20 minutes, right? So that's the last and final anchor that I use. So the first anchor, I'll be brief, right? Hey, I'll be brief. We just out here in the area letting everybody know what's going on. I'll be brief. Second anchor, only take a 15-minute inspection. Don't say 30-minute inspection, 15 minutes. My third anchor, right? Which is, have you had somebody out here to check out the roof lately? Lately is that anchor word that gets them tied to like, nah, I ain't had nobody out here lately. And last but not least is I hit you with the 20 minutes. What we need to do today to get the ball rolling, it only takes about 20 minutes, right? So that's the second thing you need in your pitch or your script to have to make it more effective. You need some anchors in there, which I told you earlier. An anchor is getting them focused on one thing to create an illusion of what's really going on, right? So that's the second thing you need to have an effective script or pitch at the door. Get you some anchors in there, guys. And the last and final tip I got for you guys to have a more effective pitch or script at the door is you need tie-down questions. Right? You need tie-down questions. My tie-down question is, hey, I can help you guys get a brand new roof and get the insurance company to pay for it. Sounds awesome, right? And I usually shake my head with it. Sounds awesome, right? And usually they saying yes, right? And the power of the tie-down question is you got your homeowner to make a commitment to like what we doing sounds awesome, which is them selling themselves on this process. So it's a couple tie-down questions you can use. I like to say, like I said, it sounds awesome, right? Another one you could do is, hey, if I can help you get a new roof for $1,000, you'll do it, wouldn't you? Most people say, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, that makes sense, right? So tie-down questions are questions that start with or end with wouldn't you, couldn't you, shouldn't you, right? Those type of questions. If I can get you a new roof and all you had to pay was your deductible, you'll do it, wouldn't you? Yeah, of course I'll do it, right? So that's the third thing you need to have an effective pitch or script at the door, tie-down questions. And the thing about human beings, right? They'll never disagree with themselves. So when you say this sounds awesome, right, and your homeowner says yes, they're agreeing with you, but also they're agreeing with themselves like, yes, this sounds awesome. So now when it's time to move forward, they've already made a public commitment. They already said this sounds awesome. So it really drops the levels of them backing out of this process. So that's the importance of a tie-down question. But most people try to tie down homeowners by saying it themselves. You can get a new roof. This sounds awesome. Versus saying this sounds awesome, right? And they say, yeah, it does sound awesome. All right. So that's the third thing you need to have an effective pitch or script at the door. You need some tie-down questions in it. And of course, I got a script that has all these things in it. It's a part of the Roof Hustlers Welcome Kit. And if you're interested in the Roof Hustlers Welcome Kit, shoot us an email or DM us on Instagram and we can get that over to you and show you how we can show you how to use the script super effectively. Because I've been having the same script for the last 6 years, right? So that's the 3 tips I got for you guys to have a more effective pitch or script at the door, right? First thing you need to do, create some curiosity. Get them involved, get them asking questions, get them raising their eyebrows, all right? Second thing, hit them with the anchors. Anchor your homeowner to certain things. I'll be brief. Inspection only take 15 minutes. Have you had somebody out here to check out the roof lately, right? To get the ball rolling only take about 20 minutes. Anchor them to certain times and phrases. And the third thing you need is a powerful tie-down question, which is I can help you get a new roof. Sounds awesome, right? And most of them say yes to that. So those 3 quick tips I got for you to have a more effective and efficient pitch or script at the door. And if you got some value out of the day, do us a huge favor. Please leave us some comments down in the comment box. We do pay attention to those, right? If there's anything you want us to cover on the Roof Hustlers show, man, please send us an email over at roofhustlers@gmail.com. Make sure you follow us on Instagram for a little bit more mindset training, right? And make sure you follow us over on TikTok as well. And make sure you join the Facebook group if you haven't yet. The Roof Hustlers Facebook group is growing tremendously. We just got to 6,000, I don't want to say followers, but 6,000 supporters, right? 6,000 group members. So it's always a pleasure coming to kick it with you hustlers. So I hope y'all got a ton of value today. And as always, baby, hustle hard, hustle smart, and don't be afraid to bogart. Hustlers, I'm out.